Welcome to another episode of Third and Three with Coach Roger Holmes. I'm Jason Holcomb, joined as always by the coach. Coach, you always talk about wanting to be playing your best football heading into Week 11. You couldn't ask for better than what we did Friday night.
Jason, you're right. Our guys probably played their most complete game of the season. All phases were good. I thought we were physical. We made some big plays. We're excited to be where we are right now. We're pretty dadgum healthy. We were fortunate, obviously, to go there and get a win against a quality opponent. And now we get to play again in the Shamrock Bowl, and that kind of makes you feel good to know that our seniors have earned the right to host a first-round playoff game.
I want to make sure that we get out a shout-out to Zay Bostic and Micah O'Neal. I think they could combine for the total 6 touchdowns. Big Kel made a big play. I also saw the big guy from Georgia had an interception. All I could think about was Kelwan. I'm like, that's our Kelwan right there doing that. But there was one player, coach, that stood out over all the rest, and that's our Optim Player of the Week. All right, Coach, you mentioned Micah earlier, QB1. Seems to me like he's made a lot of growth this year in maturation in the quarterback position, some of his decision-making and other stuff. Tell me what you see out of Micah that's getting us into this position for the playoffs.
Well, he's starting to get very comfortable, I think, with running the option game. He's feeling comfortable. We're starting to pitch the ball a little bit more when the pitch opportunity's there. I thought he managed our game real well the other night. We only put it in the air twice, but he completed both of those. And, I think the last 2 games he's 8 for 8 throwing the football. So those things are starting to get better for us. He had 3 touchdowns rushing the other night. We kid him a little bit because he was actually trying to pull it down on the goal line, and Zay clamped down on it and drug Micah into the end zone with him as he went. And we were trying to, we were cutting up with him yesterday at film saying we're going to have to give him a half a touchdown each because technically Micah still had his hands on the football too. But, Zay had a really good night. Micah also had an interception for us over on the defensive side. And Zay Bostic also led our team in tackles the other night. So both those young men stepped it up. But the group that you can't just tab one is you got to really give our offensive line a lot of credit for the other night's efforts. And defensively, we played well. We gave up a couple of those long runs we were afraid of that we might give up. But a team, the quality of those guys, if you're able to slow them down enough like that, then you got to be proud of how we did defensively also.
Yeah, cannot be prouder of the effort that was put up by the Irish Friday night against Swainsboro. And we want to thank our friends at Optim for giving us the chance to highlight Micah and all our players of the week this year. And hopefully we have a few more to go before we get done for the season. But, Coach, this week we come into the playoffs, getting to host another game at the Bowl, which is fantastic. And it's a rematch of the 2002 state championship game, which I'm sure we've probably played a time or two in between there. But it's kind of funny to hear the nostalgia. But tell me about this year's Gamecocks team and what we have to do to pull out a playoff win.
I think they're extremely physical. They run to the football. They play with tremendous effort on defense. When you look at them offensively, 2 wide receivers, I think, are their big play guys. One of them's about 6'5", can run, long strider, will run by DBs in a hurry. It's number 5. Number 2 for them is also very athletic, runs good routes, catches the ball, make you miss out on the perimeter. And then they're going to run the power and the counter offensively. And, they're a very balanced football team that's a young football team. And I know that Coach Duncan down there, it's obvious to him that their football team has continued to improve and grow as this season's gone. So they're coming here. They'd like to shock the world. A 4 or a 3 coming in here and beating the 2. Anytime you can do that, then that's huge in the playoffs. So it'll be a quality opponent, first round of the playoffs, no doubt about it, and we better be ready to play.
Yes, and in order for us to be ready, we need your help. We want you guys to come out to the game this Friday. 7:30 is our kickoff as usual. Coach, any difference on the tickets this week?
Ticket price first round of the Georgia High School State Playoffs is $8. Well, if you don't have a Georgia High School pass or a legit media pass, you won't be able to get in the gate. Our people that have system-wide passes, they're not good for the playoffs. This is actually owned by Georgia High School. Ticket sales will be GoFan only, according to Georgia High School. Now, we will hopefully have it set up so if people don't have a phone and the capabilities of doing that, they will be able to pay their money, and we will provide them with a GoFan ticket so they can get in the game. But everything has to go through GoFan.
Make sure you get those tickets early and often because we want to fill up this bowl back here. And I always get excited, Coach, because the grass is starting to turn, which means it's playoff time. So we want you guys to come out this week, support the Fighting Irish in the first round of the playoffs. And as always, this is 3rd and 3 with Coach Roger Holmes.